3 months ago, a dog groomer I know had 0 Google reviews and maybe 2 calls a week. Last month, 43 reviews, and she turned people away. But what have changed? She stopped doing SEO and started doing 6 things that Google actually cares about. What you need to understand is most local businesses are drowning in advice that really doesn't work. You're trying to do 20 things badly instead of 2 things only, and those really well. And here's the thing, Google doesn't reward effort. Google rewards confidence. Now, if you've got 5 minutes today, you're probably not writing any blog posts. You're probably also not doing any audits. You're building a small trust stack that makes Google go, yep, this business is real and customers like it. Let's show it to other people. In this video, I am going to walk you through the exact system that works for plumbers in Vienna, dog groomers in Zurich, or even electricians in Austin, Texas. I don't want to fix on any city name tricks, but just 6 steps that really move your needle and make you show up on Google. Now here comes the core system. Step 1, your Google business profile is your moneymaker. Now this is where 80% of your results come from. And most people did set this up probably once in 2019 and never touched it again. But here's what matters. The primary category, it's about how Google files you. I see people pick home services when they're a plumber. Look, don't get creative. If you fix pipes, you're a plumber. If you groom dogs, you're obviously a dog groomer. Google is not impressed by mystery and is actually punishing you for that. Then add a secondary category, but only real ones. If you don't actually do electrical work, don't add electrician just because it sounds good, please. Next, fill the boring stuff like you are talking to a human being. Services, hours, description. And here's a trick that's stupidly underused. Add 3 to 5 service items with price ranges, even from 50 euros or US dollar pricings. And why? 2 reasons. Google sees your exact services and matches them to searches. And humans feel very safer booking when they know the ballpark of the price range. Now, I tested that with a client last year. I've added 5 services with pricing. And look, calls went up 34% in just 3 weeks. Same business, same reviews, but a lot of clarity. Now, step number 2, NAP, nap. Don't take a nap. We're talking here about name, address, and phone. Be consistent. It's a boring thing that breaks everything. Now, name, address, and phone. Sounds like accounting homework, but it has a massive impact. Because Google is basically asking, do I see the same business info everywhere, or is this a huge mess? Now, here's what kills you. Switching between Lisa Dog Grooming, Lisa's Grooming Studio, and Dog Groomer Lisa across platforms. Pick one and one only. Stick to it forever. Then make your website footer match your Google profile. Exactly. Simple. Same spelling, same phone, same address. It's hugely underrated. And if you're using call tracking numbers, be careful. For 90% of small businesses, they create more problems than they actually solve because they can mess up your NAP. Next, clean up the big ones that matter internationally. Apple Maps, Bing Places, hugely underestimated. Facebook, Instagram, that's it. Don't waste a lot of time on weird directories unless they're actually used in your country and industry. This reminds me to one plumber I worked with that had 7 different phone numbers across platforms. Now what we did is we fixed that in one afternoon. It was really simple work. 30 days later, he jumped from page 2 to top 3. Imagine that, just by changing or fixing his phone number. It was still the same business, still the same reviews, but it was just consistent across the platforms. Then step 3, your review engine. And that's your actual shortcut. In the year 2026, and I cannot get tired of repeating that, reviews aren't just social proof. They are one of the strongest trust signals in the entire local search system. They influence clicks, calls, rankings, and whether people even consider you. And here's what you actually want from them. Keyword light reviews, not walls of best plumber in Berlin with amazing plumbing services. That's cringe and Google knows it looks fake. You want actual customers that naturally describe the problem, the service, and especially the outcome. Kind of a before-after comparison in a review. So you should ask your clients pretty much something along the lines like, hey, could you mention what you needed help with and how it turned out? That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Also, because your clients probably will not write a review if you are expecting too much from them. The flow is that simple. Right after the job, ask them right there. One link, one sentence, and one reminder 48 hours later if they ghost you. Don't build some automated funnel because you're anyway too busy. And then, super important, reply to every review. Short, human, and you can naturally mention the service. Like, thanks for trusting us with the full kitchen remodel. See you for the bathroom next year. Easy peasy. You don't have to write some kind of corporate answer that sounds politically correct and like, I don't know, just don't make a huge science out of it. I had a client who ignored reviews for 2 years. 2 years. He didn't answer to his reviews. Imagine that. I mean, I almost lost all my hair. I did already, but it's a different topic. We started this simple ask system. We got 22 reviews in 8 weeks. And the calls doubled even because people trust other people way more than they trust you as a business. As a comparison, you always see on Amazon as well, people also bought. You most certainly also buy something that somebody else bought. We just work like that. We just function like that. Now, step 4, photos and proof of life. And I'm not talking about Instagram. I mean real pictures. Google loves activity, but you don't need to become a content creator. You can, but it's going to kill your time. You anyway have no time. Start with 10 real photos, outside signs, inside space, your team, a couple of tools, a couple before and afters, if your industry allows it, and you got consent, of course. People want to see what they're walking into. Stock photos scream, I don't care. And they mostly feel very sterile. Then do one micro update per week, one new photo, or one short post. If you don't know how to create posts on Google Business Profile, I'll have a video, go check it out. But most importantly, make this process so easy that you will actually do it. There is nothing worse than the most elaborate system and nobody does it anymore because it's just too complicated. For example, I know a guy that runs a small HVAC company and started posting one job photo every Monday. He grabs a coffee, posts his picture, just eases into the week, just his phone camera, fixed his furnace in Kreuzberg today, whatever, that's it, right? His profile view went up 60% in 2 months because Google sees activity and pushes active profiles harder. And here's a tiny bonus tip. When you upload photos to your website, name the file like a human as well. For example, doc-grooming-before-after.jpg. That's a good name. And don't write img_4729, for example. It takes 2 seconds and it helps. Simple as that. Now step 5, the Minnimum website that supports your profile. Now, when I talk about SEO, a lot of people usually think of blog, but you don't need a blog necessarily. You don't need 50 pages. You need one strong page that does the job. What do we do? Who's it for? How to book? A pricing range and a short FAQ. Then add local trust blocks, embedded Google Map, for example, contact details that match your Google Business Profile exactly, and a clean service list. Make booking frictionless. Big call button. It can be ugly as well. At least people see it. A WhatsApp button if that's a thing where you are. A simple form. Don't ask for too many questions. Regarding forms, ask for a name, phone number. That's usually enough. And maybe a description of the problem if you work in a business where you need to know that. Otherwise, just make it as easy as possible. If you give them 12 fields to fill out, nobody's going to fill it out. Google watches what users do after they click. If they bounce off the website, you lose. But if they convert, you win. So if they actually send you a form, that also impacts your ranking. Think about that. It's crazy. I was working on a roofer's website a few years back. And we went from 6 pages of fluff, and I'm saying it was literal fluff, just generic stuff that he kind of like put together on his website. But eventually what came out, it was 1 page with clear services. We had the pricing on it, a big get a quote button, and the conversion rate have tripled. Imagine that. Sometimes less is more. Last step, step number 6. A quick competitor check. Now hang with me because you're not going to expect what I'm going to reveal to you. Don't reinvent the wheel. Search your main service plus near me. Open the top 3 results. Then compare the categories, review count, photo freshness, whether their info looks complete in general. And now that's where you could trip. Don't copy spam, but copy their consistency. If you're way behind on reviews and photos, prioritize that before anything else. It's also easier to be done because that's what's visible and builds trust very fast. Here's what you do in the next 24 hours. Number 1, fix your primary category and add 5 services with the pricing. Then upload 10 real photos. Then request 5 reviews using 1 clean template like the one we spoke about. Go over your website and check and make sure your website contact details match your Google profile exactly. There's no discussion. I'm telling you straight up, do this weekly for 8 weeks and you will feel the difference. Do it once and forget it. Literally nothing's gonna happen. In the SEO game, consistency beats complexity every single time. Remember that. Local SEO in 2026 isn't harder. It's just more trust-based. And that's good because small businesses can actually win with consistency and not some weird SEO tricks. Here's what I want you to do. Comment checklist and I'll drop my 1-page setup list you can literally copy in 10 minutes. And tell me what kind of business you are in so I can suggest the best primary category and the fastest review angle for your situation. I will personally reply to the first 50 comments. Thanks for watching. If this helped, smash the subscribe button. I post 1 local growth system like this every 2 weeks. No fluff, just stuff that works and easy stuff. See you in the comments. See you in the next video. Have a nice day.